you have to hit okay. Anyway.
That's it. Just turn me on, turn me up, and turn me loose.
And there we are.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, everyone. Oh, shit.
What are you doing? Man down. Man down.
Go.
Man down.
It's on.
Oh, look at it. More perfect.
That was
Look at it.
Now y'all
Look
see
how
the
the
real
same you are when you stand up.
that was perfect timing, and I'm pretty sure Squirrel put the voodoo hex on me.
Look at
Folks, y'all have just witnessed the real Spencer.
Hey,
Oh.
I told you that's what you get. Quit thinking damn dirty thoughts about me.
that. Look. No more cake for you after supper.
No, that was one of them. That's one of me on pull the chair out
Man,
my.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, are you okay?
Perfect
Yeah.
timing. That'll live in history now.
That's awesome.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. A faulty chair. Hey, who made that? You may have a lawsuit, son.
I'm obviously defective about the chair.
Man,
Where are y'all up to?
I just hanging out right now.
Well, you ain't just hanging out. You got the Georgia Tracker and Mr. Billy Schilling down there with you.
I'm telling you, Dave, that's just the way it is. I mean, you know, the man cave's kind of like the field of dreams, brother. You build it and they will come.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Billy and Troy, what are y'all up to? How you doing?
Doing good,
I
man.
am trying to relax,
We're just hanging out,
get away from Georgia.
watching trees fall.
Yeah, the wind's blowing pretty good here today. There was a tree. Billy watched a tree blow down a while ago.
No shit.
Yeah. Now and I don't know how much it rained last night, man. We had it rained for 3 or 4 hours solid. But that's the first rain we've had in months.
We're getting ready to get some rain now, and it's coming from down your way.
Yeah.
Is it raining there where you are, Squirrel?
Us too. We just got some today. Yep, just started this morning. It's actually raining right now. I'm connected to my hotspot already because it's really bad here.
And this metal
We're
roof on it.
probably gonna lose some trees too. Maybe a few possums out of the barn.
And the metal roof on this man cave is made for sleeping.
Troy went in there about midnight last night, went into a semi-coma for about 8 hours.
Wait, a couple times ago when Troy was there was something on the metal roof that was not rain, and it was not made for sleeping.
Yeah, man. No, it's pretty nice out right now, and we're supposed to have great weather the next week or so. I mean, the highs couple of days supposed to be like 68, 71. Now it's supposed to be down like upper 40s. It's gonna be some cool weather for the next week or so.
How much of a whenever Billy got down there, you were posting pictures about y'all planting the green fields. How much you get done?
I got all the seed put out. I was gonna put out. I didn't put out much. I put out 350 pounds of seed, and then I went and put some more salt and mineral salt in my salt licks for the deer. So
I didn't put out.
I still like about probably 4 hours worth of bush hogging. There's probably another 10, 12 acres worth of that's got to be bush hogged. But we got it down in the short rows.
I don't think we can go on with the show properly and just have a conversation until we address Squirrel's hair. Somebody has to say something. So, Squirrel.
Do you not like it?
No, I
like
it.
It's
at midnight, all that stuff starts moving. If you look straight at her, you turn to stone.
Yeah. Hey, look, I put all kinds of little things in it. Got all kinds of little goodies. Look.
I mean, it took her 2 years to get that. She had to shave him goats for 2 years to get that much hair.
Hey, Misty.
Yeah, and I had to rob the neighbor's sheep.
Is that a tiny little folding chair in that hair that's got a hole ripped in the bottom of it?
No, I think that was Spencer.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I told you probably put some kind of curse on some little charm, and it could kick in right at the beginning of the show.
The Spencer voodoo doll is probably sitting in a little broken chair.
Yeah, well, she put that in her hair because while I was coming on, she wanted me to feel comfortable like I was back in Georgia.
Hey, tell me you don't like it. Check it out.
I like
all
it.
kinds of things
I
in
like
it.
it.
How many?
Well,
how many hours?
I was going to do it gray because I've been trying to let my hair grow out gray. And the ones that I actually got were too dark. So I thought, well, you know what? I'll do it blonde. And then I thought, nah, I don't
I
really
like
want to go.
women with ropes in the hair. It's good for pulling.
What did? How many hours did Layla have in that?
Oh my gosh. Well, we played around a lot, but overall, she probably sat in a chair and I probably sat in the floor till about 3 o'clock the night before. And then she come back over about 1, I guess, and was here until late. I'm going to say 12, 15 hours.
Good
But,
Lord.
you know, her hair was that long. So, you know, it took her a long time to try to get it all braided in.
Sure, it's just hateful.
Man.
You do. If you would stop cutting your hair every year, it would
won't
be that
grow. Hey, I've been buying my hair for years. You don't know what you're talking about.
It don't grow. What do you mean it don't grow? I'm like Spencer. Every time we turn around, you've got a pair of clippers zipping through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it does not grow.
How
it
don't
don't.
know that? You don't give it a chance.
I am. Well, y'all know
down,
how old I am, but whatever. But the longest it's ever been is barely touching my shoulders, and that's like for years growing, not even touching it.
Patrick Noble says hateful.
That's it. It just gets there and it stops. So then I get
Hey,
mad.
Patrick, hey, everybody on there.
Yeah. Hey, everybody in chat, moderators, everybody, thank you. For everybody that I invited on the show, if you get in here and I don't know, we were having difficulty with the link before we started the show. So my apologies if it doesn't work. But anyway, Misty, it's for reining you in now. Well, anyway, so y'all, it's been a few weeks since we've been on here. Well, with the real show anyway. And there's been a lot that's gone on in the past little while. I mean, people that we know going up and down and moving around. I mean, we had Chris Reinhardt and Bud. And what was the other guy? Adam Colt? Was that his name?
Adam Colt.
So they came down and they met Greg and Kumbo and Mark Green and Flat Rock and all that. They covered all that area. And then Mark Green came north and he went to see Jeff and Jerry, and then myself and Billy and Anthony. And then he went down and he met KDG and Patrick Noble. I think that's all of it. And then, I mean,
Billy's on tour.
Yeah.
Look, you're 100% correct.
Well, I invited a lot of them on to talk about their stuff, but ain't nobody here. So, House, did Chris and all them, they have a good time? You show them everything and
Well, like I said, we didn't spend a lot of time here because they got here like 4:30 in the morning when they rolled in, and they sat around for a few minutes and talked, and then they finally picked them a bedroom apiece and went and laid down for a couple hours, and then we all got up about probably 9 o'clock, 9:30, and just pedaled around and talked, and then we loaded up and went to Coonbo's. I took them to Coonbo's and spent the majority of the day there, and the time we got back here, we went to his farm, looked around. He gave him the nickel tour, and then we went out to eat to a Mexican restaurant, and we all came back. By the time we got back here, it was after 10 o'clock, I guess. And they were going to sit on my porch. They'd planned on sitting out there and see if we could have some activity. But I looked around, and they were all like heads nodding off, and it's like, man, we can't sit out here. We got to go to bed, because they left the next day about 11 o'clock going to Mark Green's, and they went down there, and then I think they may have stayed down there and then went on down to Flat Rocks and stayed several days. So I hated that they didn't get to really have any kind of encounter here, but we weren't here long enough to have any.
you know, I was telling Chris that before he came down. I was like, man, you got to schedule. You got to go. I understand going and getting like the feel for the whole area. I get that, but if you want to have something happen, I mean, it's like your place, Creepy Mountain, and Coombo's, anything like that. You got to be there for a few days. I mean, you can't just roll through that quick. But at least they got to see everything. I think from talking to him that they had a good time and got kind of acquainted with everybody and the overall lay of the land.
Yeah, they got to look around. I didn't even have time to carry them over to my fields where I hunt and stuff and show them where stuff happened. They were on a short timetable, and maybe they'll get to come back. That's all I know.
Yeah, I think they. I was talking to him about us possibly doing a meet and greet at LBL, and he said he might try to make that just to be able to see LBL. But
yeah,
anyway,
I mean, you got to look how far Chris came and how far Adam came. I mean, Chris flew down to Ohio and then rode down with Bud, but now Adam drove it by himself like 16 and a half hours from Minneapolis.
damn.
I mean, that's some dedication there, man.
Yeah. No,
But
that's beyond.
From what I gathered, man, Adam, when they left Flat Rocks, I reckon Reinhardt flew back home, and Adam, of course, had to drive, and he left Flat Rocks and then went to LBL and stayed by himself for a few days.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
This is the right time of year for it.
Yeah.
Where'd Squirrel go?
Oh no, she bailed on us.
Yeah.
There she is.
No, give me just a second. Give me a second.
Are you putting another curse on me?
Yeah, that's what's happening.
If this chair breaks, I'm gonna have.
No, I think somebody's here. Give me just a second.
It's probably some dadgum Jehovah's Witnesses. She's gonna go out there like Medusa on them, have them froze on the porch. They'll be like that. They will get back in their car and they will mark her off the visit list.
Well,
I got a Jehovah's Witness come to my house. I come to the door naked. They usually leave.
everybody,
Man.
you do that. Greg, you had Chris and Adam and Bud at your place, and now you've got Billy and Troy there. You're like the Motel 8 of the Bigfoot world.
I'm telling you, dude, that's like the Bigfoot on the wall back up here, that big aluminum one. Got so many autographs on it where the people that's actually come here and visited, you know.
You need to
Told me where the key was, Spencer.
Hey, this is like my sanctuary. when I get all upset or stressed out, I'll come stay up here. Plus, I helped build a place, so I got stake in it.
Yeah, that's right.
But this is my relaxing place. I can come here and re-energize myself.
Tell them, Troy, tell them about, I don't think you've ever told them about before I added on to this
Yeah,
edition.
Greg tried to get me to eat.
Yeah, I didn't try to. It wasn't my fault. He just didn't have the door shut.
In the other room in there, I had a couch lay down Sally. Now, she was the best sleeping partner I had. That couch was so comfortable. And I get on that couch one night, that Greg and them done left, and this is under construction here, and I start freezing to damn death. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on? I'm freezing. And I come in here, and the damn front door is wide open. And Greg gets here the next day. I said, dude, was you trying to get me killed or what? And I said, well, he's like, what do you mean? I said, the damn front door was open and I was in here asleep. And he's like, well, we shut that door. I tell you, we shut that door. I said, man, there ain't no way. And I don't know whether someone unlocked the door or what, but he like to froze me to death. I reckon I'm glad I didn't wake up being cornhole, you know. But the damn dude, I told him, I said, you trying to get my ass killed?
How many times, no joke, have you been over here when you'd been there asleep on that couch, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, something would slam that post?
Well, tap the window behind my head.
Well, I think it's important to point out that you and Troy have been brothers for so long. And like Kumbo, God rest him, Al, and Troy are the people that have been at your place the most. Whenever a lot of stuff that you talk about, they're witnesses. They've been there whenever it's happened. So I mean, talk about it on the videos, that they know what everybody's talking about, because
I seen one behind the house one time. I seen one over this hill one night.
Yeah, Kumbo's seen them 3 times.
Yeah. Well, what dude that worked with you, he got a good look at one, didn't he?
Yeah. Bailey, the boy that worked for me, he kept looking in the woods, and thing was standing behind a pine tree, and he was just seeing its shoulders on each side. And he kept looking down there, and I kept trying to get his attention because I was trying to cut a piece of metal and needed help. And I was like, man, hold this metal. Just hold it. And he was turned nearly 180 degrees and reaching behind him, holding what I needed held. I said, all right, I got it cut. I said, let's stick this metal on the wall. And we're walking across about 15 feet. Well, he's turned looking down through the woods. And I'm like, what is he looking at? We stuck the metal up on the wall, and I put a screw in one end. I hand him the drill. I said, put a screw right there, and it'll hold it. We'll get 3 or 4 pieces on the wall, and then we'll screw it all down good. Well, he got that screw put in, and he stood up and turned around to walk back to the sawhorses, and he looks back down in the woods, and he just freezes. I mean, like slams to a stop. He said, that thing's gone. I said, what are you talking about? He said, well, I kept looking down there, said it looked like a big old bush behind that pine tree. Said it was wrong color. Said that was more of a gray something. And he said, I kept trying to figure out what kind of bush that was. He said, man, that thing was big. Said it was sticking out each side of the pine tree, a foot or two. And he said, that thing was big. And he said, I don't think it was real tall, but it was just big. And he said, it's gone. Well, about the time we end that part of the discussion, you can start hearing bipedal walking, breaking limbs and crunching leaves, and it goes off the hill to the river. I said, well, it was probably a dang booger standing out there watching us, because we had big floodlights on shining on the wall. And this was after dark, a couple hours. I said, so Bailey, how tall was it? He said, well, it's only maybe just a little bit taller than I am. I said, what? He said, yeah, looking level out there to where it was at, his shoulders was about my height. I said, Bailey, the yard slopes down a lot. A lot. If it was your height down there at that tree, that was way taller than you. So the next day I took a tape measure and went down there, and he got in the same spot he was. And I started like pointing the end of the tape up on the tree. And he's like going up, a little more, about right there. I said, okay. Well, where he was saying that thing's shoulders was over 9 feet. And I measured it from the ground up to where I had it marked, where he showed me 9 foot and something. I said, Bailey, where you're saying its shoulders was is 9 feet. He goes, oh my God. I said, yeah, time you put a big pumpkin head up on top of that, we're pushing 10 feet.
And that's the same place the one I seen was at. And there's like an old road bed. Once you go over the hill, there's a kind of a road bed that goes to the left back down towards the creek. So it's easy for something to come slipping up through there very quiet.
You want to hear something stupid? Well, I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. Whenever we can get them on here, I could came up here. They went to Billy's. They looked around. Billy, did they find something while they were there at your house? Did they find tracks or something?
No. Didn't find any tracks. We walked through and talked about different things that had happened in different places and just kind of walked through the property and they checked it out. But
I know that Mark was saying, yeah, I can definitely see that at Billy's. And keep in mind that, like I say all the time, they don't stay here. They might move through here once or twice a year. And right now is the time whenever you hear like clacks and branch breaks and sometimes some vocalizations that I think whenever I met them, I took them to the places where I found a lot of stuff. Up on the parkway, we didn't find anything. They came back here and I went to take them for a ride and possibly found some stuff like on my land, possibly a tree pushed down and possibly some tracks. And then Mark went out to the truck to get a can of snuff while we were cooking dinner. It was probably, I don't know, it probably was 10 o'clock at night. And he came back and he said he got he feels, heard a noise and then heard something walk off. And I'm like, ain't that some shit? Because we went to all these places where I always find stuff and there was nothing there, but they might have found something here, which I didn't see it. But I'm just saying it's funny how it works. You can't really predict it.
Yeah. No, you look. It's like here. I mean, I may have something go on, several days in a week. You don't never know. You don't never know what they're doing or where they're at or if they're here or not here. And it's just, even though I got a lot of stuff going on, it ain't like I got one tied to the tree out there.
It's a lot. Squirrel, talk about that. I gotta go tend to ribs.
I ain't heard nothing in a while, but I ain't been going outside probably, I guess it's been 3 weeks or so or longer since I've sat out there.
Yeah, but I got a taste.
Yeah, but think about how much you have had.
That's my neighbors. I'm telling you.
No.
I can't trust nothing. I've got too many neighbors.
Not all of it's been your neighbors.
No, not all of it, but I think my neighbors do know what we do, and I think they mess with me.
Sure. They don't have the dedication to do it that much.
Did Spencer fall again?
He went to go check his ribs.
I've got one neighbor that's been dedicated for 12 years to aggravate the shit out of me.
He didn't say whether he was checking ribs on the grill or his ribs. He may have broke something a while ago. I don't know what ribs he's checking.
I
They've been checking.
It's not me, but that couldn't have been any better timing.
Well, I'm telling you, he's done got chunky on us. He's down blowing the bottom out of chairs.
That's karma. He's been doing something.
Yeah.
We got to get
I
him.
don't know what he done.
Hey, listen, we got to guilt trip him while we're on here and get everybody else to help because he's got to do the Halloween show with us.
Yes,
So
he acts
we
like
got
it's
to
not
guilt
going.
trip him into coming on and doing that this year.
If he'd get him some white boots and a police costume, he could do new boot goofing.
That's so funny. He does look like him.
Yeah. Officer Dangle. Yes, Officer Dangle.
He can be a good one bullet, Arnie.
Hey, I don't know what he done to that chair. He was like blowed the bottom out of it.
Oh God, tell me I've got one like that right now in the cross tie, and I'm just waiting on it to do the same thing. You can see the sides of it's just completely threadbare.
I mean, I was literally concerned he was hurt, and then I look up, you're over there about to die.
It's a brand new chair. And number two, I was only 25 feet away and I can hear you assholes the whole time.
Yeah, but I was taking up for you.
Well, we never said we wasn't assholes.
We wasn't hiding it. We wasn't hiding it. All right, what are you going to dress up for Halloween?
I completely ruined the ribs whenever Mark and Rebecca were here. We found that stuff back there. Well, as soon as I had wrapped them.
Who's that weird looking fella? It looks like Patrick.
Look
Hey,
at
you
that.
got an extra bed here, Greg? Bigfoot rest home?
Yeah.
Bigfoot rest home. What's up?
Yeah,
Doug?
you coming?
Nothing, just hanging out. Wishing it'd rain.
You didn't get none of this?
No, it kind of split. Went right by us, man.
Are you, Patrick? You gonna come down here tomorrow or what?
I'll probably be down that way the middle of the week.
I thought you might come by here.
I was hoping to. Maybe
You know where
Wednesday or something.
You know where the key's at.
Yeah, I'll come popping in on you at 7 in the morning again.
You do that, you get your ass shot. Don't do that.
Ask Troy.
Don't do that.
Ask Troy what happens when you show up unannounced and I'm in
Yeah, I
here.
know.
If he was asleep in here early in the morning, don't come busting in that door.
Troy walked in the door to a 357 Magnum pointed right at his face. And it was thumb
No,
cocked.
I
I didn't know who it was. He woke me up. I slid that 357 out and just leaned out toward the door. He's about 4 feet from looking down the barrel. I'm sure it looked that big. I seen it was him. I brought it up, let the hammer down. I was like, you should have at least yelled out, hey, it's Troy.
I started to whip his ass, but he had a big gun in my face.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not the guy that's surprised.
No, Sherry, my necklace fell apart.
Mark Ledford, I don't know about particularly the moon phases. You need to ask them two over there. They could probably tell you more, Troy and Greg could. I can tell you this, the past few weeks and going into the next couple weeks is whenever I always have stuff that's active in Virginia. It's definitely active in LBL at this time of year. I don't know if it's the moon phase, but
Change of season. Dude, in the spring and in the fall, you get a lot more movement and usually a lot more vocalizations in the spring.
Something threw a stick at me up on Creepy Mountain, hit me in the darn chin.
that was Mark.
It might have been. We were all standing.
That's the same
in
way it is
dark,
when you're
and
turkey hunting.
I got hit by a stick.
When?
First night we went up there with Chris and Adam and Bud.
Yeah. Well, that was just what, a week and a half ago?
Yeah,
2
it wasn't long ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. I didn't see anything. I don't know where it came from, but it hit me.
Well, I know that they got a big knock. Maybe
Yeah.
times and some vocalizations while they were up there. Chris told me about them.
Yeah.
I knew about it, but
Yeah.
Well, I know one thing for sure at Creepy Mountain. If you've got a damn Little Tikes Dutch oven, you don't carry the thing up to 9,000 degrees and pull the lid on it without it exploding.
that was. I wish we would have had that recorded. If y'all could have seen that, the timing on it was perfect. It was like this green smoke coming out of Anthony's. How big was that thing? It wasn't even like 1 quart. The Dutch oven. It was
the tiniest Dutch oven that they've ever made. It was about big as a soup bowl, but
yeah.
it was a cast iron Dutch oven with a little lid. No, it was tiny. It was
He
probably
was bound and determined to get us one way or another.
Yes, I know. Remember when he tried to blow up the grill in front of everybody?
Yeah.
Put that oven,
Yes, I remember the grill.
yes.
oil in that Dutch oven, and Greg come walking back to the campfire, and Greg looks down and he's like, "That don't look right." And it's the same time I'm telling Anthony that smoke is green, and Greg starts talking because he's a volunteer firefighter. He goes, "The only time I've ever seen smoke that looks like that." And this thing went, I mean, it blew up like a damn grenade, didn't it?
Yeah. I told him, I said that's what a backdraft looks like. The smoke rolling, it's fixing to go off. And when that came out of my mouth, it was like a fireball. Woo!
The time
Fear. All I can tell you is fear the green smoke.
It's pretty dry up where you're at, isn't it, Spence? I was up West Virginia, and it's terrible.
Well, it was really dry. It rained a little bit last night, and it's sprinkling now. It has been for about an hour.
Man,
Let's
the
do
river
here.
was
It's
Yeah, we've been in a drought
Low.
in South Georgia too.
Yeah.
What'd you say? What do you say?
I said we've been in a big drought in South Georgia.
I think most of the Southeast has been in a big drought.
You know, something Troy was telling me, which I don't live in Georgia, so I wouldn't know this. But what were you saying? Tell everybody about, like, whenever it rains and that ground won't absorb it. You were saying about like the snakes and the gators coming up in the backyard and everything. You got to be careful.
Yeah, we're not floodplains down there get flooded, and it'll push the animals out of them floodplains. And that, we get floods. You like you see people area gets flooded, and they trying to, they get caught in the current, and they trying to climb up the trees to get out of the water. Down there where I'm at, that's the death sentence. The damn water moccasins get up in the trees. They trying to get out of the water too. So if you get climbing up in a tree, you might not drown, but you're gonna die from snake bites.
What was you said they got an alligator out of the store parking lot? Which store?
Oh yeah, like 2 weeks ago we had a 12-footer that was in the McDonald's drive-through, and he just sitting there waiting. People feed him, you know what I'm saying, and he gets used to food. Well, he got tired of waiting, and he come up to the drive-through window at McDonald's and just sit there waiting on his burgers. And then it was the next day they had some kind of music festival down there at our park where everybody meets. A damn 12-footer come over the levee and walked to the concession stand and parked his ass right in front of the concession stand waiting on his food. And people were standing around this thing. I mean, within 4 or 5 feet of him, the gators were used to people. He was just up there trying to get something to eat. But things that get so tame that they smell food, they don't care about people. They'll come right on up there.
That's like them dumpster diving bears.
Unless you do something stupid to the ones that's tame to people, most of the time they ain't gonna get you. But you always have that one that wants to go over there and touch it.
Don't pet that dog.
Give that damn thing that hamburger and send his ass back to the river.
Out of our group, that's the one up here in the dreadlocks. Can I pet that dog?
Listen, now I have to say, when it comes to an alligator, that's one thing I'd love to go hunt. I'd love to do that once, and I don't want to just pet no alligator. Now I'm like Lisa on that one. I like some alligator tail. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's
Mark and Becky at Conecuh sausage. I had some of that this morning. I love that shit.
Oh,
Love it.
it's good.
Rattlesnake. You can't get it around here.
Man, Flat Rock fried up some frog legs that were good.
I like frog legs.
Oh man, they were good. Had a good time hanging out with Flat Rock.
You just got to cut the green toes off of it. That's the only thing. Buddy of mine used to cook frog legs and leave the toes on it. I couldn't stand that shit.
What's fun is when you're skillet frying them and they're trying to jump out of the pan.
Do that twisty thing. Yes.
Yeah, I told
alligator.
Chris,
An alligator, he'll try to walk out the pan.
I told Adam and Chris they scooped them up in a net there at the store and cut the legs off them when we bought them, and because they'd never eat any.
Wow.
Yeah, they were kind of wondering about it.
You should have caught some fresh ones. If they hadn't never ate none, they'd have got a kick out of that watching them in the pan.
I don't think I've ever frozen ones from the store. We've only ever gigged them and fried them.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know you could buy frozen ones. Not around here, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can here.
Of course,
you can buy frozen
in Alabama. Yeah, you can here. Yep.
Yeah.
I bought 4 packs of that sausage too.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, that Conecuh sausage is some of the best there's made.
It is good.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Flat Rock and Kenny, they don't live just a few miles from where they make it.
Yeah.
And that is in Conecuh County, Alabama. That's the reason the name's Conecuh sausage.
I read something about a Bigfoot sighting in that county not that long ago, and it crossed my mind. I was like, that's spelled the same way as that sausage. I didn't know it was made.
Yep. That's where it's at.
We got some stuff out there called Georgia Boy sausages. They good too.
I bought some of that, and it was real good. I made some jambalaya with that, and that Georgia Boy sausage. It was really good. It wasn't quite a Conecuh, but it was good.
The only one that we have around here that's a little bit different, it's from southern part of North Carolina. It's called Old Lumberjack or something like that. And that one's pretty good. But, I mean, any of it's good if all you're used to is that, what is it, Hillshire Farm shit? You know?
Yeah. Oh, I was giving one to hell last night. We didn't go all out. We made fried bologna sandwiches. She come in with some goddamn bar S bologna.
Oh, no.
And I don't know what that shit was made out of, but you could fry it for 5 minutes on one side and it wouldn't even change colors. I was like, "Is this shit got asbestos in it or what?" And it tastes like shit. It just dried out. I'm like, "Don't buy that no more." I said, "Do I need to remind you of the bologna song?" She's like, "What?" I said, "The bologna song. My bologna has a first name," and she's like giving me the bird. I was like, "Don't buy damn cheap ass bologna no more."
Oh, wait, you think Oscar Mayer is high end?
Well, apparently she did. I was like, my God, yeah, don't buy bar S. That stands for bar shit.
Yes, right about that. That Elkridge is crap also. Y'all, I gotta tell you, Lisa sent me so much how do I get rid of this? She sent me so much artifacts like arrowheads and pieces of pottery and scrapers and all kinds of stuff. It could fill up the wing of a museum.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool? She said she was going to.
Man, I love that stuff.
Well, see, I was trying to tell her I'm not the person to send it to because I look at it and I don't know the difference between any of it. But I mean, a lot of it is really, really impressive. I've been looking up shadow boxes and shit, trying to figure out how to play
That's
something.
Cool. Yeah, man, I love arrowheads.
Oh, yes. I mean, it's cool because, you know, like all the stuff that I found myself, you know, I've got stuff that, according to the guy up here at the museum, says some of it's 10,000 years old. And I get thinking, well, you know, I may be the first, well, I probably really am the first human being to touch it since the guy that made it and lost it 8,000, 10,000 years ago. And that's just crazy.
Yeah, man, they're awesome to find.
I do need to do it. Today would have been a good day for me to got a bunch of my boxes out, and we could have done show and tell. I could have held them up like people see them.
Well, you need
Show and tell.
you should do that though.
Yeah.
Greg has a great collection of what? Airheads, guns, what weird friends? What are you talking about?
Look, all the above, brother. Knives. I'm a collector. I can collect about anything.
My husband is an artifact.
You just gonna have to get him out and limber him up, Hillary.
You need to bring him and come to one of the campouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can rent him out or something.
She acts like she can get out of West Virginia. Put your shoes on. God
I'll come get you.
Yeah, the meet and greet shoes are optional. Just ask Wendell.
But Hillary, don't ride with Squirrel. I've ridden with her once or twice, and you don't
I'm a
want to
good
take.
driver. I'm a good driver, and I'm the funnest road trip you'll ever have when you ride with me.
Y'all,
That's true, except for when she accidentally bumps your arm and she starts screaming that she's gonna like press charges against you.
oh my God. Hey, Rod, go up there to Martha Sundquist National Forest on that damn switchback on that mountain bear hunt and let her scream around the curves. Her or Sherry. Yeah, it's like you get to see your life flash before your eyes.
And they're the ones driving.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good driver. Hey, did you die?
The thing, yeah, that's what she kept saying. We got to the bottom. I'm like, you could have slowed down. She goes, but did you die? I'm like, nearly. Hell, all the way right up through there with Sherry. She was going, yeah, we rolled the truck off the hill on up here. Here's the man Jill turned the truck over. Yeah, so I got killed right there and went off the mountain. I'm like, God dang. And when you say road, it ain't a road. It's a path.
Hold on. You are no one to talk, Mr. Going up that damn hill to get to that fucking cave with the Petri lip.
That wasn't even bad. And we didn't even turn over, Spencer. I mean, it's about as steep a hill as a Jeep wants to go up, but it goes up it.
It's pretty damn close. Mark and Becca up here going up the parkway. I kept telling them, I was like, okay, we're about to hit the part where we go up and up and up and up. And they're following me because they don't know any of this around here. And I'm like, stay close now. And I'm looking in the rear view mirror and I'm going slow. I mean, I'm going like 40 in a 45 zone. They're a quarter mile back. I'm going down the road. I look up. They ain't nowhere to be seen. I keep going. I look up. They ain't nowhere to be seen. I'm like, did they freaking pull over? Are they taking pictures? I'm slowing down to like 15 miles an hour. And it only took about 10 minutes for them to catch up. And I'm texting them like, this is why I wanted you to ride with me.
We were talking.
What?
Did you? Hey, please tell me you typed in the word skinny pedal.
Oh, a couple times. Skinny pedal on the right. Punch that.
There will never be as funny an epic story as the skinny pedal trip.
We were talking. It wasn't his fault.
And then they ain't on here to defend themselves, but they gave me so much hell. I feel like it's perfectly appropriate for me to give them shit while they're not on here.
Oh my gosh.
Well, if you ride with Kumbo, you constantly going fat pedal, fat pedal.
Yeah.
Not the skinny pedal, the fat pedal.
Hey, that's how skinny pedal came to be, is because Greg was following Kumbo and Mark was following Greg.
Dude, you ride with Kumbo. You need a crash helmet and knee pads, chest protector.
And a Valium.
Yeah, and a bag. Yeah, it's like everything he drives like he stole it. The cops are chasing him.
All I can tell you is every single time he calls me, He's either eating or he's going through a drive-through or he's going to a restaurant to eat. Like literally something about food. He associates food with me and he calls me then.
I got Kumbo something.
Look at there.
A big
Where'd you get that?
sticker. They opened a planetarium down here in this little town, and they were there.
Huh.
I said, I bet Kumbo like that.
Noble. He's got a NASA sticker. Look here.
Yes.
Thanks for playing along, Pat.
That's it.
What's this say? Petite Jean. Does that say petite? Petite Jean bologna is the best. Okay.
I don't know.
Sounds good.
You was talking about the Billy. The BS. What was it? That bologna she got?
Oh,
She's replying back to that.
yeah. Talking about my skinny bologna.
Yeah.
That shit. Look.
I know.
I'm like,
Easy.
What are we talking
hey, look. My bologna ain't skinny. My bologna's thick.
Watch it now. This is a family show.
I
Hey,
just said skinny bologna.
you ever seen? Look, I get the well rolls that chub bologna.
No, it's too late now.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hey, look, that smoked chub bologna brings the women to the yard.
Yeah.
From it.
Little smokies.
Little Smokies.
No, I'm not about the chub bologna.
Oh,
The thick.
Oh, Lord.
I like them in kraut.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Lordy.
here we go.
Oh, thank
Little
you, Tammy.
Kraut. Somebody change subject.
I'm crying.
Oh man.
Did y'all go up on the Skyline Drive with Mark and Becca?
Well, no, we went up. Well, yeah, part of it right there by the peaks, right
Yeah.
there, the Vader.
It's
And-
pretty up there.
Yeah, it was. Man, they got some great photos up there, the cloud cover and everything that day. And then
Yeah.
we dropped down in the bottom to where all the Bigfoot stuff is. And like I said, we didn't see anything down there, which
Yeah.
and then leaving there, I was like, well, I got to get back to the house because I got to start the ribs, which I completely screwed up. I totally messed up the ribs, but I was like, I got to get back, and it's an hour and a half for me to get back. And they said, well, we're going to go this other way and see some of the other stuff like Natural Bridge. They went out that way and went towards Natural Bridge. And in my head, I was like, thank God, because it would take 3 hours to get back if they were following me.
They stopped by here for about 30, 45 minutes on their way home in Carolina.
Yeah.
Because they came right by here. But
I thought they stopped by there longer. They saw Katie
nah.
too.
But it was all good. They were on their way home. I was just glad to see them anyway, man. It was all good.
Man. They one thing's for sure, they made the great loop up through there.
Yes, they
Yeah.
did. Yes, they did.
Definitely.
Got to go hang out with Yarrington at his damn dairy barn.
Yeah. Yeah.
They brought some of Jeff's chocolate milk down here, and I didn't taste it, but Mark and I don't know if Rebecca did, but Mark did and my girls did. And then I think they accidentally left it here. And the next morning after they had gone, they were like, Mark left that chocolate milk here. Can we drink it? I was like, yeah, you might as well. Man, they drank 2/3 of that half gallon within 30 minutes. They finished it.
Wendell been selling cheese down there in where he's at now.
Yeah. Wendell's like a crack dealer with cheese.
Yeah.
I bet it's all Wendell's ate for 2 weeks.
Cheese.
Yeah, you missed.
Ooh.
His shirt turned yellow.
They brought me some of that. I don't know how you say it. Sorghum.
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 They brought me that, and it tasted like molasses to me. So I made a barbecue sauce with it. The barbecue sauce came out great. I just ruined the ribs, but the barbecue sauce came out great.
Yeah.
Chocolate milk sounds
Yeah,
good.
that's good syrup.
Oh, I love chocolate milk. Good God, man. I like brownies too with it.
Oh, don't start on the brownies.
Yeah. Gotta be careful with brownies. Sugar.
If
Martha Stewart and do what?
if y'all would have seen Noble at the first meet and greet after Squirrel gave him a brownie, I don't know how many brownies he ate, but then
I
whenever
think
I
Pat
fell in the
needed a
fire.
shot of insulin.
Ain't you
He
ever
needed a
heard
shot of
that
insulin.
I fell over in
the
the
way
fire
to a
there.
man's heart is his stomach? And so when you make good sweet treats, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
hold on.
Flat
I
Rock
traded
has
mucks for them.
Uh,
That was a good trade.
y'all don't understand. Noble is not her first victim. Scott, the very first time I met Squirrel, she gave Scott, and then Scott, you know what I'm talking about, trying to get into the damn cake with the knife.
Oh,
Very duct taped a flimsy ass cake lid onto the pan and literally wrapped it around the whole cake pan and then smashed it down flat so she didn't lose the cake on an 8-hour trip. What do you expect? You're going to have a knife to get into it.
that's right.
Yeah, she tried to poison me with some fried weeds.
Yeah, she had some battered fried dandelions.
Don't eat your mushrooms.
Oh, no. Hey, listen, I had nothing to do with no mushrooms. You know those dandelions were good.
Spencer,
Except them soft ones. I wondered about them soft ones.
you need to look up there where you're at. I don't know if you can get it. If you can, I'll send you some. Have you ever ate any Golden Eagle syrup?
Yes, down in Alabama. Yes.
Yes. See, they make Golden Eagle. The actual factories over here at Fayette, over here where Bama Murdoch lives.
Yeah, Mark turned me on to that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about an hour from here. Hour's drive, probably about 50, 60 miles.
And
But that is, man, it's
Well,
good.
look, I'm going to slide off here and let somebody else come on.
there ain't nobody else trying to get on.
No?
No.
No. You were the
Flat
only
Rock
one
said-
brave enough.
Spencer
Yeah.
sent me a message but didn't send the link.
Squirrel, send him the link. I thought I did, Flat Rock. I'm sorry. If I get off here, it kills everything.
Me and Flat Rock got to ride around Evergreen. That was good. He gave me a little tour.
Well, Noble, just stay on here. We'll get Flat
All
Rock.
right. That's cool. Yeah, I had a
The
good time.
infamous mushroom fire starter, Misty gave it up, and
Erica's got it. I gave it to Erica.
Erica Black, she got the handoff. Misty passed the torch.
How was the wedding?
It was really good. It was really nice. And oh my gosh, it was such a beautiful day. I tell you, yeah, by the way, y'all, my oldest daughter just got married this weekend. So
see,
she's very pretty.
All of this stuff, like her getting married and Mark making the tour grand and Noble going to Flat Rocks. Nobody understands. This is why we haven't had a show for a few weeks, is because there's just a lot been going on, and everybody.
Yeah, we done the reception the weekend before, and then the wedding this weekend. It's been really, really hectic. I've got 2, Hillary.
Did you
feel out of Mark's pond?
Did you feel like a weight had been lifted after the wedding was over?
Yeah, I'm sure they did too.
Where's Roger at? Oh,
Roger,
where are you at?
There. We're just south of the Chapel Hill community, headed towards Lewisburg and then the Cornersville. We
Ah.
tried
I'm gonna
out
have
a
to
new
go out and send a link. Hang on just a second. And I'll
Italian
be back.
restaurant.
Keep talking.
Man, what have y'all been doing? Y'all
Where's
go to
Spencer
church today? He said he's going to
We didn't
check
go
on
to
his
the-
rib.
we-
Roger,
What?
you gotta look in
Yes,
a
sir.
little bit. You gotta go back and watch the show from the start.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Spencer, as we was coming on, Spencer sat in his chair and blew the bottom out and toppled over.
Yeah, if I'm at the
Maybe.
yard sale, I'm gonna
Uh,
look for a new high chair for him. Probably
Well,
find
I
one.
thought about him. I thought about him the other night. Heather in a hurry, bought a fold out chair to go to that little concert here in Lewisburg, and she
Yeah.
didn't realize it, but she got the big and tall, and she's sitting in this chair and her feet are dangling, and I'm making fun of her, and then I sat in it yesterday, and hell, I can't even touch the ground with it.
Wow.
She said, "I know how Spencer feels."
I did not.
She did. Sorry, Spencer. She's mean.
No,
I can't
no.
help it.
it's okay. Heather, I used to like you.
No,
She
no.
didn't-
Hey,
She's like, I didn't say that. Oh,
Jerry,
God.
Milkman kept telling us how short he was. And I just couldn't hardly believe it because on there, Jeff looks like he ought to be 6 foot tall. And then Rebecca had the pictures of him and of Milkman and Mark, and then the ones of her and, or of him and Rebecca. And Jeff looked like he's standing in a stump hole.
Well, Billy, you come right by my house again and then stop.
No, he didn't come by your house.
No.
He come
Did he
through the
fly?
south way. He come through South Pittsburgh and come down through Gunnersville.
Oh, man. That's a pretty place. But he's probably used to no guardrails and 100-foot drop-offs, though, so.
Yeah. Got to live on the wild side.
Is Troy asleep?
Nah, I'm just listening.
He's soaking it in.
I'm watching you rub that head. I'm watching you rub that hair on there.
I know. Look, I'm just going to look
You want the
There you
genie to
go.
come out of that thing?
like a troll.
Like a
He's self-conscious. I think him and Heather's been parking in the woods or something.
Yeah, kind of looks like that.
I
No,
don't know. See the side of her neck.
not today.
You need to just go ahead and shave
What?
that mess off. An old
Oh,
man told me one time, he said, grass don't grow on a playground. Go ahead and shave it off.
How's it going,
I
guys?
was from
Hey,
top
Flat
sliver
Rock.
back.
Flat
How
rock.
y'all doing?
Good.
Hey,
How
Flat.
you doing?
I haven't talked to you since Chris and them went down there. I know you guys had some stuff happen and everything. How's it going down there?
It's going good. I mean, I'm having some activity the last few days, so it's going good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else good?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm just glad. I mean, I don't mean this to be a bad thing, but 6 weeks of company. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're trying to rival Greg in the man cave there.
Oh no,
All right.
no. That's
Look
where I
here.
get my answers from.
Look, hey, Spencer, let Flat Rock, since he's on here for all to see, he can tell you what happened to him up here when he come spent the night with me a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I can do that.
What? Hey, wasn't we on one of our calls, video calls, when that happened?
Yeah, we were doing our private video calls.
Yeah.
All right, I was coming back. I just spent a few days at LBL with Pat and Joe and Bud and Angie. Well, I'm on my way home. I've got to exit 308. That's where the exit that I get off to go to Greg's. Get off the interstate, and damn it, my transmission went out on me.
No,
I
shit.
barely made it to his house. My third and fourth gear went out. But anyway, I hang around over at Greg's, and he asked me to stay the night, which of course I did. But anyway, somebody initiated a Zoom call. I couldn't stay in the same room with Greg, because we was echoing off each other. So I walked back on the back porch, light off and everything. And I'm sitting there, I guess about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And I'm sitting there, we're all bull crapping around. Next thing I know, I start hearing something like going off, and I'm thinking it's coming off the phone. Once I realized it wasn't coming off the phone, it was coming off to my right around the corner of his house right there, So I jumped up, I said, what the F, and clicked off my Zoom call, walked back in the house and sit down, I'm sitting there like this right here, rubbing my head, when I'm sitting there on a chair, and that's when Greg asked me, something wrong, Kenny? And that's when I went ahead and told him what happened, But that's what happened.
Yeah, Greg's.
From where he was sitting on my picnic table, he would have been about 16 feet from the end of the porch. And there at the porch, there's steps that go down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing had walked up against the end wall right where the steps corner in the wall of the cabin corner, and it was standing there. He could hear it breathing. It was standing because it's black dark. You go down the steps, and you're right. The house blocks any light. I'm talking about dungeon dark.
Yeah,
and that
dungeon
thing
dark.
It had walked up there and was standing within 16 foot of Ken, and it was breathing. He could hear it breathing. And
for everybody that sees this on YouTube, and you think this is just a normal Bigfoot show, I can tell you right now, every single person that you're seeing on the screen, we've all been to Greg's.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's talking about right there, where a booger was standing at that corner of his house, breathing like that, there's no doubt. I was not there. There is no doubt in my mind that this is accurate because they come to Greg's all the time, and especially right there on that side of the house. That
it is dark back there.
Yes, it's very dark.
Yeah, I will not sit on the back porch at night with the light off.
Well, now,
I will not.
Troy, you and Billy, when y'all come up for Alan's funeral, y'all found tracks there at the end, didn't you?
Yep. Something hit the wall right there beside the window where we're sleeping. Got up the next morning, looked around the corner to see if we could see where it hit the wall. Turned around, looked, I said, "Holy cow, his dang footprint."
And the thing is, living at where Greg does and where I do, we don't got to go looking for them. They got to come up to us. They got to come up to our house, So we don't got to go looking for them. They got to find us. And there's no doubt about that.
It's hard to explain. A lot of people will watch us and listen to us talk, and we're talking about it so nonchalantly that everybody's like, there's no way that this could happen like this. But it does. And
it does.
Y'all, I don't know any other way to explain. If you're in the right area, this kind of stuff happens. If you know the right spots to go to at the right time of year, you can get a lot of impressive stuff. Now, that's nothing compared to like where Greg lives, Flat Rock lives, Coombo lives. Those areas, they're just there. They stay there. Troy knows a ton of areas in Georgia.
Well, I live in swamp, so they down there where I'm at too. But I'm gonna tell you, most people are oblivious to what's going on around them.
Yeah.
We've had them screaming in the swamp, and people call me and say, "You hear them cougars back there?" And I'm like, "That ain't no damn cougars."
Yeah, but
that's a damn booger.
Troy,
I think they're everywhere, man. They are everywhere.
Hold on, Troy. As long as you're doing this, do you think that it's that the people are oblivious, or do you think that's a lot of people? They know what it is, but they don't want to say it. They
no, because you got 99% of people that's listening to this right now don't know what a fox vixen call is. They don't know the calls. They don't know the sounds animals make. So how can you differentiate if something's different? If people don't do the research, they ain't spent enough time in the woods. They ain't lived in the woods. They don't know what sound should or should not be there. But a lot of times people hear Brugger screaming, moaning certain times of the year, and they just chalk it up. It's just wood sounds. And really, if they knew what it was, if they did some research, you hear it. People would hear them and see them a lot more if they just get acquainted to what they do.
Well, I could
But
tell
look
you.
how many people, like where we're at, we're eat up with bears. We got more bears down there where I'm at than there are in North Georgia. But most of the people around the neighborhood, ain't no bears. I ain't heard or seen. Everyone, they might see one crossing the road every now and then, but a bear could get behind the house and growl at them, and they wouldn't have a clue. They just people don't pay no attention. That's just they get so caught up in everyday life that they don't pay attention to what's around where they're at.
Some of
I mean, don't pay attention.
some of the places I've been, and some of the vocalizations I've heard, though, there's no denying. Like whenever you hear it in person, it don't sound like anything you've ever heard before. I mean, the feeling, the intensity, the strength of it. And it just makes me think that a lot of people, they hear it, they know it's something weird, but they just don't say it.
And right.
And Detroit's point, nobody gets out. Even I don't, like I used to when I was younger. We used to stay out in the woods. So if
Yeah.
there was something different, but and it's a lot of time it's not the fault of the people. You move to town and whatever, and like he said, you get life goes on, and you don't. Heck, we've had new animals move into this county in the last 15, 20 years. So it's always could be something different, than what you're used to. But it's just nobody pays attention either. So
You got
Yeah.
a lot of bears, Spencer?
Oh yeah, a ton.
We're getting more and more over there where I live all the time, man.
And in fact, both spots that I took Mark and Rebecca, and then they're at my house, which this is their time of year for rooting around and everything. But we found bear track and bear poop everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we have as many up here as we do deer practically.
Yeah.
And see, that's what we don't got here. We got them up north of us. We got them down south because Florida's loaded with bears. But there's hardly nothing here in this county. Hardly no bears in this county at all. Yeah, they wasn't none seen for decades here, but they're trying to introduce them back in. But
I saw where they.
Take.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm good.
They did a radio collar on a cougar in Florida, and it went over 400 miles, plumb up into Georgia.
Really?
Yeah, 400 miles it covered.
Have y'all ever seen the man? I forget the name of the group. Somebody that's in the chat is probably gonna know this. We interviewed them on Sawdust Beast.
The Wood Ape Project.
Yes, yeah, North
American Wood Ape Project.
North American Wood Ape Project, Nawa.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing where they had that tracker that was Kuckelberg, and it got taken off? So that thing went like 300 or 400 and some miles.
Yeah, it made a big circle.
But in order to get that cockaburr in its fur, it had to be over 7 foot tall. How do you explain that?
I don't know. That was a good idea.
That was an expensive idea, and I'm not sure it proved anything. What did he say?
We're actually starting a project here. It's going to be a year-long project, and our goal is to get one out in the open and get him on thermal. I started, planting some fruit trees out front. We had one the night we had Eyeshine on one of our Zoom calls. They were over there picking the pear tree, and they totally took all the pears off them things.
Yeah.
But that's our ultimate goal, is to get one out in the open and get them on thermal.
I did not know that, Pyro. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but Flat Rock, but you know as well as I do. I mean, you can be living right there with them.
Mhm.
The things are so unpredictable. You put a game camera out, the game camera breaks. You put a recorder out, the battery drains.
Mhm.
You go outside and you see something, you go back in, get the thermal, and you come back out and it's gone.
That's right.
It's, I mean, this has gone on for years and years and years.
Well, see, that's why I have to do this from basically in the house with my thermal and all. Why I planted these trees close to my house, out in the yard, where I'm putting a black garbage bag where the window is to seal it off. That way, because the thermal can see through black plastic.
Yeah.
So it'll keep them from actually seeing the camera itself. So that's how we're gonna work it.
Hold on, let me ask you this. I mean, you should still do it. I'm not saying you shouldn't.
Yeah.
But if something can sense the cameras, the recorders, the batteries, the infrared, I don't think a piece of plastic is going to be the big difference. Maybe.
I agree in a way, but it's just, the main thing is to keep them from seeing it. I mean, we're not putting up no trail cameras, nothing like that. It's just strictly thermal. They're only coming in at night. So, so right now we're still on vocals, until them great trees and this big tree finishes growing up, that's when the thermal comes about.
You know what's funny is I just now realized, listening to you say that and listening to me say what I said, I just now realized I've come way further into the woo camp than I realized.
Yeah, we're proud of you.
Well, I'm at the point where I've seen so much weird shit. I'm like, man, I do not understand how they're doing this kind of stuff.
I caught something on thermal at Flat Rocks, but I don't know what it is. It's
the
not
thing about it,
enough.
after you finally witness enough stuff yourself that you can't explain,
yeah,
if you're true and honest even to yourself, you really can't do anything except that you accept the woo part of it in some form or fashion.
Yeah. Well, Spence, I'm going through some kind of thought process on something I've recorded back in January and February. 2 different months, 2 different days, 2 different voices, but they both said the same thing. And it's kind of strange at what they said, and it's in English words, and it says, "You will kill me." One's a man's voice, one's a woman's voice, but you could actually hear them walk up close to the parabolic where they say this at. And they both said the same.
So you heard this audibly?
Yeah, I got it recorded.
Okay,
yeah.
but it's audible. It's not in your head.
Mm-mm.
It's not mind speak or anything. Audibly heard.
It's very definitive.
It's very definitive. Yeah. Patrick's heard both of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to look at that. Number one, you have to look at that on spectrograph.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see the vocal signature range if you have it. Yeah. Number two, you're telling me it's 2 different things that you think that both of them said that?
I sent it to you. I'll send them both to you.
That's crazy.
It is.
That's weird, man. Look at it like this, though. If it just happens to be, whatever you've got living right there around you guys, and they know that you're not, or they think that you're not causing them harm, but maybe where, you have so many people coming in and out, maybe they know you want to catch them, but at the same time, they know they're not supposed to show themselves. So in the back of their mind, maybe that's what they're thinking. Well, if we show ourselves, if we prove to you we're real, you're going to kill us. You know, that's
That's
Hold
the
on.
way that's the way I'm kind of taking it, Misty. I really am.
Isn't there kind of a backstory to the first one? I mean, when you had company there one time.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I'm back, my main focus is where it is coming from. Yeah, it's when I had that game warden over here, and then a few weeks later, you know, I guess about 6 weeks later, you know, because we had the drone here first. You know, we had that 2 or 3 days of shooting out here, you know, and never seen that big brown one again. Now, could it have come from something like that? They're remembering something back then? Maybe, maybe not. All I know is there's 2 distinct voices. One's a male, one's a female, and they're both saying the same damn thing.
Oh, hold on. All right, everybody pause for 1 second. Since Troy is at Greg's, and Troy won't do a damn first person interview. Troy.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what do you think about what he's saying right there as far as them communicating and saying, you know, something that you will do will cause me harm? Because, I mean, I'm not going to go into all of your stuff, but you've actually gotten communications before where you've felt this way or that way about what they were saying. How do
Yeah, I
you?
ain't never had no mind speak, but I've had them influence me, and I've had them actually speak to me. But
That's the part I'm talking.
mankind, you like the situation, them things. Yeah, they got a lot to lose. What does man do when we don't understand stuff or stuff scares us? We destroy it.
Yep.
We kill it. And then you start turning this information, or like them things know that he brought them DNR people to his house. Well, the next thing they know, they got a damn helicopter flying over shooting at them. I mean, so yeah, in some cases like that, they if they expose themselves, even though they know you're friendly, if they expose themselves to you and then you get to telling everybody, it get told to the wrong person, yeah, there are outfits that'll go in there and kill them. And it's not on the evening news, and it's not that. And it ain't just boogers. There's a lot of scary things in this world, and they have outfits for handling that kind of stuff.
that's
So
right.
yeah, I can see where that thing would, if it did communicate with you, would say that, say, hey, you know, if I expose myself to you, you're gonna kill them, you know, and it not too far fetched.
Now, hold on.
Even if it's not him, it could be someone that's, you know, just associated with him. I'm sorry, Spencer. Go ahead.
No, what? No, Squirrel. Speak to the. Think about this stuff. How many times have we talked about the area where you find boogers? A lot of times, you find other stuff, whether it's
Right, right.
spiritual.
What if you cause like there where they come in and did whatever to that one and run it off? Well, if that's a prime, them boogers are there for a reason. It's either a prime safety area or it's a prime food area or it's just a good area for them to be in. And then you do some stuff and you run them off. Well, what about the other shit that you really don't want around your house? Now that's an open area for something that you don't want there to come in because now the boogers are gone. So, you know, that's what I tell people. If you get a video evidence install stuff, a lot of times it ain't real smart to tell that it's at your house or at your hunting club, because next thing you know, somebody be over there trying to kill them, or the state's done come in. I know a couple different places I used to research, but I also hunt next to it. And then our lease ain't, you know, we have a lease. Well, the lease don't get renewed. Well, I go back there, you know, a year or so later to see who in the hell got our hunt club, and these guys are showing up in white vans with lab coats and all this kind of shit on. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So I've learned a lot of times to keep my damn mouth shut when it comes to places, you know.
And that's what's so bad. All it takes is you telling one person, and that one
That's
person
the wrong
telling one
person.
person. And then it gets to the wrong person who brings a big group in, and they're not respectful of the place whatsoever, or worse. and then there's where your problem starts.
And then too, the boogers around your place may be peaceful. They may not want no trouble with you. You run them out of there. Well, the next group of boogers that comes in there and fills the spot, they may hate you. May decide you look pretty good to eat. You know, and then you get, there's a lot worse shit than boogers out there, I'm going to tell you. Like I've told y'all before, boogers are some of the least scary shit I've had to deal with. There's some shit out there that you don't want to deal with. So if you got peaceful boogers around your house, I'd keep it kind of quiet and wouldn't tell everybody. You know, this situation here where Greg, he's in the middle of nowhere, you know, and him being a constable, I don't think they're going to, you know, come up here and mess around too much. But in some cases, like Flat Rock situation, them things you may have got rid of that one mean booger, but how many times is whoever took care of that going to come back through there to check? You may have some boogers you get to meet, or situations like I have where you befriend them and they actually let you see them. You know, you become companions of that area. Well, then the same people that run that bad one off, whether they killed him or not, well, what if next year they come back through there and they catch us some heat signatures? What's to say they ain't gonna come in and kill them too? Now, you gotta be careful about how much about your places that you see in these things. Well, you know, because if you getting along with them, they ain't hurting you, this, that, and other. You get back to the wrong person, then somebody come in there and start trying to kill them.
Yep.
But how much do you think this is geographically related, the spot versus the people? Because I've seen a lot of stuff to make me think that, I know we say it all the time, but it really is like they know if you know. They know.
Somehow, dude, and I don't know, I don't have the answer for that, but somehow these things seem to know if you know about them or you've had dealings with some before. I don't know how that works. That's way above my head.
Yeah, they definitely know your intent.
I've had people call me, which I've went on law enforcement stuff. I've went on military bases. I've been called by sheriff departments or guys with hunting clubs. Hey, Troy, you know all about this shit. We're hearing some weird noises in here and seeing some weird shit. You mind coming in here and looking around? Well, I go in there and I ain't in there over an hour and I done had a booger look around a tree at me. Now, how does this booger know that I'm not? How does he know that I know about him and I'm not in there to hurt him? You know, where these guys have been hunting this club for years and they ain't seen one, they've just heard them. I'm in there an hour and I've seen them. How do they know this shit? How do they know I wasn't going to whip up this 460 and pop him in the head? You know, I don't know.
How do you know whenever you're around somebody that you get weird feelings or like a creepy vibe off somebody out of nowhere? It's natural instinct.
Well, it's the same thing. I keep telling y'all that energy thing. You know, just like I have that weird energy affliction thing that I have. Sometimes it's a curse, sometimes it's not. But I think they have that, but a hell of a lot stronger than what I have. They can sense things about people and see things. And a lot of times people get, you know, everything in this world's energy and frequencies. These things may be able to see your energy or feel the frequency is coming off of you. Maybe that's how they can tell who's a fucking crazy ass and who's a good person. You know, maybe that's how. I don't know. You know, yeah, I've been in touch with these things. Yes, I've touched these things. Yes, I've been real close to them. But I haven't sit down and talk like we talking now because I couldn't. You know, I have a lot of questions that I would like answered, but I don't have the answers for you because I don't have them either. You know, as much dealings as I've had with these things, I have not ever been able to get a line of communication where I could actually find out some shit, some stuff I want to know. Who knows what these things can do? I know they can do a lot of weird shit that we can't do. And if people are, it ain't woo. It's only woo when you don't know the science behind it.
Yeah.
You know, we see these UAPs, you know, people seeing that a lot more. Stuff flying in the air, orbs, all that shit. And everybody, woo, that's woo. No, that ain't woo. That's just science we don't know. You know, there's some science behind it. We just don't know it, and it scares us, so we call it woo. And the people that go around going, oh, that woo, they ignorant. They ignorant. That's all I can tell you is they ignorant because there is science behind that woo. If you don't know what that woo is, how about going doing some research and some studying and find some scientific information about it? That's like cloaking. Once you get to reading into cloaking stuff and the science behind it, plasma fields, you know, all kind of stuff like that, then cloaking's possible. It's very much possible. They just further along with it than we are. If you don't think our government ain't got cloaking abilities on some shit, you know, everything in the government's about 40 years. Anything you learn new comes out, they had it for 40 years.
Oh, they
This
play
AI,
with plasma a lot too.
this AI is nothing new. This AI stuff is nothing new. It's just new to the people. It's not new to the government. It's new to the people.
That's right.
Yeah, they're way ahead on the plasma deal.
Hey, for everybody that just heard Troy talk, please understand if you see this show, I know you know who Kumbo is. Kumbo refers to Troy as like one of the few guys that knows like more than he does about the book.
When he got questions, he calls me. I just don't like doing podcasting. Only reason I'm doing this now is because y'all become like family. And that's the only reason I'm doing this podcast now. You know, I don't care nothing about having my face out there, my name out there, people knowing my name. I could give a shit less. My interest in this field is I grew up around these things. And then with all the weird shit I've got, I probably know as much about them boogers as the weird shit that goes on with me. I'm telling you, Stephen King couldn't have wrote my life. I mean, so a lot of the stuff with me and these boogers, this personal interest, I want to know why I have this weird shit.
Thank you, Mike.
Why do I have this weird shit? Why do y'all, you know, some of the stuff, the weird shit that I have is some of the weird shit they have. And I've had to deal with this shit all my life. And people go, oh man, that's great. You can do this and you can do that. No, it's not. It's not. It's when I was younger, yeah, it was a little better. But as I've gotten older, it's a fucking curse. Some of the shit I have to deal with. But I didn't get in this thing to be on a show, be popular, sell anything, or, you know, put a feather in my cap. A lot of my interest in this is personal.
Yeah. And that's same
You know,
as mine, Troy.
And two, I grew up around these things, so I know some of these things are not deadly or out to get you. Matter of fact, the ones down there, they helped me more than they hurt me. I went through a lot of rough times, and them things tolerated my little dumb ass in the woods with them. And I'm grateful for it. And as long as I was in the woods, I didn't have to worry about nothing messing with me. Because, you know, if you're friends with the biggest summit in the woods, you ain't got to worry about going out in the woods too much, you know. And that was grateful for me as a kid because I ain't 5, 6, 7 on up. I could run all the woods miles from the house and I didn't have to worry about nothing hurting me. And, you know, and I'm grateful to them. I went through a lot of hard times and them things helped me out. And I think, too, they seen that I was in hard situation. You know, they say I ain't going to get into it, but they seen how bad I was getting. And I think they felt sorry for me. But I always looked out for them, and that was the way on the farm. We looked out for them, they looked out for us. And you can build a relationship with the right group of these things. You can build a relationship. But the wrong person get wind of that, they'll want to come in there and kill them. You know, you got to think, too, the science implications of these things. These things live out there in the woods. Snakes, ticks, cold, diseases, all kinds of nasty funguses, molds, and they seem to be living fine. Wouldn't that be great for a pharmaceutical company? You know, to test the blood in these things, how these things can, you know, live out there in some of the nastiest conditions, and they seem to be healthy.
No fire.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. They eat raw meat, they eat carrion outside the road. I mean, they eat anything. And, you know, let us go out there and try to live like that. We'd all be dead in a year. You know, we'd die of dysentery and everything else. Well, these things seem to thrive. For a pharmaceutical company, that'd be a gold mine.
Mhm.
You know, and then you got to think, too, the government and religious aspects of it. Okay, if you go just say the First Nation treaties. Well, if we got these things that come up out of the woods and identify themselves, and their DNA comes back human, but with extra strands of DNA, so that puts them above us on the DNA chain. But two, that also makes them the First Nations. So all the First Nation treaties would be void because the boogers would be the First Nation. And even the Indians themselves, they call them the elders. They were here when the Indians got here. So they're really the First Nation. So all these casinos and all these treaties and all these, you know, places that they've set aside for the First Nations, that shit be void. You know, religious standpoint, okay, now we've got a human, a hairy human, but now we got a human in the woods. What we going to do about it? Okay, well, what if they have information that we don't have as far as religion? What if these things got their own story to tell too? You know, it could turn the religious community upside down. So they got a reason for it not to come out. Look at all the bones, the large bones, the mound people bones that the Smithsonian / Vatican has come and taken, and they disappeared. Old Moya Indian mounds where I live, there's a plaque down there. One of the mounds they excavated, and they took out 3 9-foot-plus beings out of that ground. Smithsonian come picked up the bones. We ain't heard of them since. You know, there's a lot of people got interest in these things to keep them in the woods and keep them hidden. And if they can't keep them hidden, the next thing to do is to kill them. So be careful about giving too much information on where you're seeing them and where they're at. Because you have entities out here that don't and will use deadly force for these things not to be recognized. You know, I'm just old redneck from Georgia, and probably what I'm speaking about is 1/50th of the reasons they want to keep them hid. You know, that's just reasons I know. I mean, you got throw Pete in there. Nobody be able to hunt no more. Hell, they shut down the logging industry and hunting industry over a damn woodpecker.
That's
What's going to happen if a Bigfoot comes up and starts talking like a normal person? Well, I shut the woods down. You won't be able to go fishing. You won't be able to do shit.
That's exactly right.
Every state national park would have a problem.
Well, let me say this, Joe. We've been told for 3 years now to send our material, what researchers find out in the woods from hair, DNA, all that stuff, to send it over to North Carolina State University. Even the samples I collected on the, I had a big time researcher come out here and collect what I had on my front porch here. Been 3 years now. It was going to be on Legend Meet Science 2. Not one sample out of all these hundreds of samples that were sent in has came out. They're not going to come out. Well, everybody's sample that got sent in will never get sent. You know,
well,
will never be tested.
When we was the original outlaws, not the second fake group, but the first original outlaws, we sent samples in and everything else. And, you know, we got a call back on one, and the lady's like, where'd y'all get this from? You know, blah, 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 you know, and this is, you know, it ain't nothing in our database. And then we didn't hear nothing else. And then they call back later on and they like, we don't know what you're talking about. That sample was lost.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
People been finding, turning in DNA. I mean, that's what I'm saying. This thing's on a bigger, something on a bigger scale is hiding these things. I have my thoughts on who's doing it. And two, Kumbo will tell you sometimes back when we first started doing this, man, we used to get threatening phone calls. I've had all kind of shit happen. I had I've had computers burn up, buy a brand new computer, and a week later, the memory in it burns up again too. And then I get these threatening phone calls. If you don't quit doing this or doing this, you're going to be put on a bad list, or you're going to regret. You and this guy, you don't need to put. I was on the Alabama forum. The guy called me. He said, "You don't need to put out any more information on the Alabama forum about these things, or you'll regret it. We don't want this information out." I mean, we should get threatening phone calls, all kind of stuff. We'd show up to places. And all of a sudden, you're in the middle of nowhere in the Natchez Trace. All of a sudden, here comes a state vehicle or something pulling up there. What y'all doing? You know, I mean, they were following us. They were tracking us. So there's a bigger game at play with these. Here lately, because they come out with the Not Finding Bigfoot show, I think they're easing the people into it. And now they've come up with some of this UAP shit. So now,
Yes.
the Bigfoot thing ain't on the top of the totem pole. It's further down. So now a lot more information's coming out. And dude, I'm telling you, there's some good videos that have been made. I have seen them.
Mm-hmm.
One is in Bond Swamp area, and down there where I live. Best video I ever seen of a booger. And it was on the internet for about 8 hours, and it got pulled in the DNR, and some other guy showed up at the guy's house. The guy got on his computer, and it burnt that computer up. He got the guy's SIM card, got it. I mean, they took everything he had relating to that video and then told him that he would be prosecuted if he said had made him sign a non-disclosure. So they just don't do that for nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's money and power behind keeping these things hid. The question is, why? What's the real reason?
There was a comment back there a few minutes ago. There was a bunch of comments saying, "Thank you, Troy." Just so you know, a bunch of comments saying, "Appreciate you," like actually talking. There was a comment made back there where it was like, "And why should we be listening to people like Troy and Kumba?" Let me say this very clearly for everybody that sees this show. We started out from the beginning.
That wasn't what the comment was. I think you read it wrong. Hold on. He missed it, and he was asking what I think it was Lawrence. He was asking what the he said he may have missed it, but what was the attraction that pretty much that draws them to people like Kumbo and Troy?
Okay. Maybe, but let me phrase it this way for everybody that sees. We have 120 people watching right now. We have said for 3 years, we did not start this show to be like a lot of other Bigfoot podcasts. I wish Greg was in here right now. We're not trying to prove to you via a YouTube show that Bigfoot exists. If you know that Bigfoot exists, if you've experienced it, if you've had anything to do with it, and you're like, "Hey, I know they're real. I'm just trying to learn something about them." Mm-hmm. What we are doing is we're being very natural and laid back. We're not trying to have a 10,000 or 20,000 follower YouTube show, but we're trying to show you the people that actually have been in this, have experienced it, they live with it, or they've had real experiences, and they're talking to you about the things that they have come to believe and think are real. Y'all, there's so much stuff that I could tell you, but it would take forever to walk through the details of like how that happened and what got me to that conclusion. Troy is 30 years beyond where I am. Greg is 30 years beyond where I am. Flat Rock has been living with these things since he moved down there to his property. And this is just a regular show for us. We're trying to put you with the people that actually know what they're talking about. It would be like coming into the UFO subject, or it would be like reading the Bible for the first time and not understanding what's going on. And you're talking to people that have had years and years of experience in this stuff. It's really hard to go back and point out the one thing or the main thing of why you should listen to them and their aspects on. And I'll say this and then I'll get off my little soapbox here. But one of the reasons why you should listen to them is because you don't see these people going to Bigfoot conferences.
I've never been to one in my life. Never been to a Bigfoot conference.
You don't see them going out there going, hey, I wrote this book. Please buy my book. The reason that these people are talking right now is because we've become like a group of family amongst ourselves. And I hate to say this because it's my channel. I'm not trying to pat well, it's our channel. I'm not trying to pat us on the back, but they've come to know us and they're comfortable enough talking about this stuff. Please listen to what they are saying. Even if you don't 100% understand it or appreciate it, you're dealing with people that have had years and years and years of experience on this subject. That can't be stressed enough. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, why should I pay to go to a conference to listen to somebody that knows about as much as I have forgot about this subject?
Yeah.
I mean, it don't make no sense. But I mean, everybody's journey is different. And I mean, and I tell people, I said, you know, if people get out there and do their own thing, they'll realize these damn things is real. Okay, once you realize boogers are real, then you got somebody like me and Kumbo and other people that's had experiences, and we start telling you, hey, there's 3 different versions of dogmen, and these pale crawlers, and these Tommy knockers, and then there's all these other things. I mean, they put us in it back now. It's a little better, but back then they'd have put us in a loony bin. And a lot of people that have, say, experiences quite a bit with boogers and stuff or see them more than the normal person. That same person's going to have stories about other cryptids or other stuff because that ain't the only weird shit that comes along. Because if you're in an area that's got boogers and it's a high energy area, boogers ain't going to be the only thing in there. Even Holland. Holland's got dog men in there. You know,
it's a constant learning experience.
Right. That's what, and I say, boogers are some of the least scariest stuff I've had to deal with. And people don't understand that don't know my backstory. But my backstory is for my friends. It's not for this internet. Stephen King couldn't have wrote it any better. But, you know, my thing is never to get on here and prove everything to everybody, but
right,
you know, people just need to start looking and listening and start getting familiar with fox sounds, owl sounds, be able to know a screech owl from a snow owl. And then when you hear stuff in the woods, you're like, hey, that's unusual, you know, then you have something to base it on. Research. People don't want to research, and you ain't got to get in the woods and research. You can research animal noises off your damn computer. You know, that's like religions. I have dug into religions for years trying to get information on these things. And the other religions, Ethiopian, Judean Bible, even getting in the Quran and even in the Hindu, there's a lot of information about things out there like we're seeing. It's in there. It's in their text. You just got to get to the right place. They talk about these things. You know, yeah, I'm pro Jesus. I'm very religious, but I had to go in that, you know, them religions, Bibles from another thing. It ain't just a Bible. It's also a history account. So you can pull information from some of them old religious texts about some of the stuff you see. And that's including dog men and all kind of stuff. Look up, not jinn like on the movies with Sinbad, but they called them D-jinn. It's D-jinn. They start talking about D-jinn. A lot of the correlations with the D-jinn very similar to some of this other cryptid shit we see in the woods. I mean, this ain't just started. Look at the Indian cave paintings and all. I mean, this has been going on a long time. But some form or entity or organization has been hiding this shit for a long time. And there ain't but one organization that I know has got that kind of power and that old. And it's the same one that put the money up for the Smithsonian. They couldn't very well build that name over here in the U.S. It wouldn't go, so they put the money up and they called it the Smithsonian, but it still reports back to the main office. And that's over in Italy.
Troy's going to blow up the damn internet. He's going to start talking about worldwide, like the Vatican and worldwide.
It pissed me off. You know, when you call my house and you verbally attack me and you crash my computers, and then you got people coming up to me I don't know telling me I need to back off stuff. I mean, it pisses me off.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. They won't let you see what's in the Vatican.
I keep my mouth shut a lot, and I talk to friends, close right, my brothers. You know, me and Kumbo, we've been, I don't know, since 97, 98, we've been like brothers. And you can't just believe everybody on this internet, because here's the plain truth. You can take somebody with a 90 IQ and you ask them if they're smart. They're going to tell you they're smart because they don't have nothing to base it on, because they've been living with a 90 IQ all their life. They're going to tell you they smart as hell. But then, you know, it's like me or Kumbo. We got a above average intelligence. You know, I got bumped up 2 grades in school. I've been in, you know, all kind of crap. But I can't tell you that I'm smart. It's up to you to decide whether I'm smart. You know, they've tested me and I've had a 150 plus IQ. So does Kumbo. They've told us that. But that ain't my choice. It ain't for me to say I'm smart. It's for the people around me. You ask them, is Troy smart? Well, if they say, yeah, then I'm probably smart. If they say, no, he's a dumbass that thinks he's smart, then I'm probably a dumbass that thinks he's smart. But if you ask a guy out here who's got a 70 IQ, barely feed himself, how smart he is, he's going to tell you he's smart.
Mine was 158.
Yeah. And that's another thing is you're going to see a lot of these people that have these encounters or see stuff, and usually most of them are above average intelligence. Well, how does that play into it? Maybe they're more in tune with stuff. Maybe they pay attention a little more. Maybe these boogers, you know, these people act a little different, and maybe we'll let them see us. You know, I don't know them. One thing you'll find out with me, I'm gonna tell you the truth no matter what. I'll hurt your feelings, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. And I don't like assuming nothing, because an assume makes an ass out of you and me. That's how you spell assume, ASSUME. Makes an ass out of you and me if you assume something. So I don't try to assume nothing. If I tell you something, it's something I've seen. You know, I don't go, well, I think maybe they're doing this because of that and blah, blah. And, you know, if you did it like bears, and I ain't going to mention no names, but up at LBL one time, this guy was running his mouth and he goes, yeah, they probably up there on the hill this time of the year when it's cold, they'll lay on their back on top of the mountain so it heats their belly up. And I looked at him and I said, what? And he goes, yeah, they get up there on top, and that's a way of them regulating their body temperature. They'll lay up on top of them mountains up there and they'll face their belly towards the sky and get heat that way. I'm like, where in the hell did you hear that? You know? And then the guy goes, well, who are you? And I told him who he was, and he kind of shut up and walked away. I'm like, but people come up with some wild ass shit, you know, and there again, he assumed and he made an ass out of himself. You know, so do your research. You ain't got to go in the field to do so much research, but don't just do research on podcasts.
Right.
Start looking into history books. Look, I mean, a lot of it, if you can, I mean, Daniel Boone run into a Yahoo, you know, when he was doing his adventures, you know, wind up shooting the thing. Well, in Gulliver's Tales, a Yahoo was a booger, you know. So the information's there. Look up when I think it was Kennedy. What's the one, the damn great hunter?
Yeah. When
Theodore
Kennedy was
Roosevelt.
Yeah, Roosevelt. Yeah, Roosevelt. When he made all the national parks, why did he make all them national parks? Maybe it's because that was congregations of something that he knew was there. You know, his stories. I mean, there's a lot of accounts. These people that go, oh, they don't exist. Well, you're just part of the government experiment. They brainwashed your ass. If you start thinking for yourselves and doing research, you'll realize, yeah, these things are here, and there's a lot of other damn different things that's here. You know. Well, I've said my piece. I've took up enough of y'all's time.
Well, here's another
Okay.
one other thing I want to talk about. I want to go back to what Troy just said. I do go to a lot of conferences. You ain't gonna find answers from these people up on stage. Okay?
No.
You're not gonna find answers from them.
Well,
You'll find your answers from the people down there on the floor. You know,
Yep.
going around talking with everybody. That's where you gotta find answers from. Not
Well-
these one trick wonders and these damn conference whores that get up on stage. Ain't
Hey.
gonna happen.
Flat Rock. All right, hold on. Kumbo has done conferences before.
But he don't do them like these other people do.
I know. All I'm saying, y'all, you know where you find answers? You find answers whenever you open up your mind, and you open up your mind by actually going out and looking for these things. Watching a YouTube video, we could sit here and talk all day about it. Watching a YouTube video is not going to make you personally go, okay, there's something to this shit. You go out, you see everybody on this screen right now, go out with any of them and go in the woods and go look at some of the stuff that they're pointing out and they're talking about. Go to Flat Rock's house. Well, I would say go to Greg's, but don't just show up at Greg's. You get a 357 in your face. But like, go to certain spots, meet some of the people in real life. Here's your chance. Have you never done it before? If you've never done it before, message us, message them, talk to them. They're very
a lot of another thing is people won't talk to you unless you can get them off. I've did work with park rangers. I've did work with the sheriffs. I did work with some military people that's called. You know, did a lot of stuff, but you just ask them if you don't get them to the side and in the right area, they don't tell you shit.
Mm-mm.
You know, but they know a lot, but they're not going to tell you nothing.
Yep.
You know, the other thing is look for different avenues like these spelunking podcasts, these people going in caves and all. You can get on there, dude, and see all kind of weird, hear about all kind of weird stuff. And also hunting forums. Hunting forums now usually have each state's got a hunting forums. You know, you'll have certain little places in that forum, it'll say campfire tales or weird events. Get on there and look. You'll see all kind, stuff that's not normally out here on a regular Bigfoot show. I mean, you can get on, somebody that rides bicycles across the country, long distance and all. A lot of times they'll have a weird story or two, and if you start reading it, you'll be like, well, damn, that sounds like a damn booger, Yeah. So, I mean, you got to go down different avenues.
Thank you,
and that's information without leaving the house. Some people just can't go in the woods. They either can't do it, or they have some kind of allergic reaction, or they just too old to go in the woods. But there's plenty of other avenues on that computer, but you got to get off the Bigfoot stuff and go to other things that are wood people that go in there cutting wood. Timber cruisers. That's a damn good. If you know somebody that's a timber cruiser, that's the ones that go through and grade the trees, tell you how many trees you got, how much they're worth. It's timber cruisers. Timber cruisers, they run into all kind of shit.
Train engineers.
Yeah, but the train, I Norfolk Southern, and I'm going to tell you, the standing rule at Norfolk Southern is what happens on the train stays on the train.
Hey, I've had a couple of them write me, and they do not want to go public. But
most of them don't call them boogers; they call them haints. On the railroad, they call them haints.
That's down where you.
My new son-in-law's stepdad actually works for the railroad. My dad used to work for the railroad whenever I was little. I would love to ask him, if he'd ever seen anything, but I mean, he's passed away. But But I'm really curious because as soon as he told me that that's where he was working, I thought, man, I can't wait to hear some stories if you see some stuff.
Misty, you ever rode on the trains yourself?
No.
On
A lot of
A
people
train?
ride horses too.
well,
Misty.
Hold on, she said, well.
It wasn't a no. It wasn't a no.
such a damn pervert.
Tell who
Hey.
they are.
Misty, what was the deal? You said you got recognized at the wedding rehearsal or something by being on the show. Somebody knew you from the show. What was the deal with that?
I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. I didn't even find out until the other day. It was at Morgan and John's wedding reception. I guess one of the guys watches our show, but I didn't meet him. We were outside. Mr. Larry Wayne, by the way, I'm pretty sure that's what they told me his name was. So if you're watching, we appreciate it, and you should have hollered at me. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess he knows, or it was the guy I was talking about on, that works for the railroad. I think maybe his boss or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Jonathan was just telling me the other day, and I was cooking. I was only catching bits and pieces of it. He was like, we were standing outside, and I guess they seen us through the window before everybody left. And he asked if that was me, and said that he watched our show. So I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Oh wow, Robert, man, I'd love to get to talk to him, but if he won't even talk to you, I guess that's pointless. But damn, I can understand.
Rob needs to bring him to a meet and greet.
Yeah.
I know anything I don't do with the show, but my brother's birthday is on the 24th, and he'll be 70 years old. So any of y'all out there, send him a text or an email or something wishing him a happy birthday on his birthday.
Yep. Next
Coombo.
Friday.
That's Coombo.
Coombo's birthday is next Friday.
Coombo's birthday is the 24th, y'all. So show him some love and let him know. And they are all down there because they're going to go hang out with Coombo for a little bit for his birthday.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to go out and eat.
Yep.
Well, guys, we've been right at 2 hours. Wow, this was like a show that was unplanned, but it was one of the best unplanned shows we've ever had.
Yeah.
And maybe if I can loosen up a little, I'll start giving you some stories. I got a mountain of them, but I just never have put them out there. You know what I'm saying?
It's just gonna take a big hammer to crack the shell.
Oh my God.
I never been in this thing for popularity. You know what I'm saying? I'm real nervous about getting on cameras.
Well, thing about it, what I've been weighing on him about is, for me, it took me a while to get. I would have never thought I would have done podcast, because to me it was a private deal that, and luckily I had people that come in my life like him and Coonbo and that took me in, and Cheryl Corntassel,
Yep.
People that I could talk to and that were open and up front and shared experiences with me and made me feel like, well, I'm not crazy, and, validated everything I talked about. And, I realized how much them talking about their experiences helped me. And then, I've spent close to 20 years doing helping out my community, be it the rescue squad or the fire department, because I've been an officer in the fire department for 16, 17 years, an actual officer. And then, I've been an elected peace officer for 16 and a half years. I've donated a lot of time to helping people and helping my community. And I realized that, there was a whole different avenue of people out there that had a lot of questions that needed somebody to talk to and, had stuff bothering them. And I looked at it that I had I don't know if you call it a gift, but I had an insight on what was bothering a whole group of people. That if I just opened up and was willing to talk about what happened to me and listen to them, that I had a chance to really help a lot of people. And that's what brought me into it. And that's what I'm trying to beat in his head is he's got a lot of knowledge that would benefit so many people.
Yes.
And, You know, and that's the reason, y'all, that I'm comfortable with. I'm still not comfortable with most of it. That's just like, you know, it's about to freak me out. I was telling Spencer yesterday, you know, Doug Highcheck had done that several short videos after I went on. Me and Kubo went on Roger's first show, and my God, it blew my mind. Roger posted it yesterday to our private text. In that 1 30-second clip that Doug had took out of Roger's show of me talking, has had 67,000 views in just, you know, a month or so.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm ready for that much fame. But, you know, that just overwhelmed me. 67,000 people had heard that part. So I don't know. But now I did see a spike in my Facebook on people sending me friend requests.
Hey,
Here's the thing too is, you know, when I'm telling you stuff, if once you get to know me, Spencer, all y'all can vouch for it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I ain't gonna lie. And when I tell you something, I'm heartfelt. That's what I'm telling you to be the truth and nothing but the truth. But you got these damn ignorant trolls that get on these damn places, you know, get on these sites. And I ain't one to be trolling. I'll get with somebody and find your IP address, and I'll show up at your house. I'm not one to be playing with. You know, that's another reason I don't like doing this shit, because I'm not the one to play with.
he means it. He
I'm
means
blessed to have y'all as friends.
Yeah, that's fine.
Man. I've been blessed to have everybody as friends. Everybody in the chat too, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Before we
y'all.
get here, I'm going to say this one more time. Please appreciate where we're coming from. Right there is Greg House, Troy Allen, Billy Schilling. That's Squirrel. That's Patrick Noble. That's Ken. That's Flat Rock Wood Boogers. Go get on Facebook. Send them a message and talk to them like a normal person, and get to know some of the people that we know. And whenever you've talked to them, and after you've talked to them and you're friends with them and everything, go meet them and go look at some of the stuff. Listen to what they're saying. For the love of God, listen to what they're saying.
And we ain't calling him Billy Schilling no more. He's the music man.
Yeah.
If you ain't heard him sing, he is very talented, but he's very humble.
Calm down, Troy.
But he can play and sing like nobody's business.
Yep.
Have mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calm down, Troy.
He's too humble.
Troy done got wired up.
Y'all get to know all these people on a personal level. Like literally, this is the only YouTube channel saying this. Go get to know all these people on a personal level, and come with us at a meet and greet, camp out, whatever. And then you tell me, go talk to these people in person. Tell me they ain't telling you the God's honest truth. Thank you, everybody, for watching today. Thank you so much for Troy. I can't share it as much as you did, but anyway.
You know, Spencer, that's the reason. Yeah, we tell people we're the first to admit that our show is different from any other show you're gonna find, because we don't try to jazz it up, and we're not professional. We don't even try to be. We're doing what we want to do because we're trying to be as absolutely open and honest and real as we can be. What y'all see is what you get. Look, we're wild and crazy and goofy, but we cover really good stuff, and we're serious as we can be when we're talking about the subject. And when these people, when they do meet us in person, they're gonna realize that's the same folks that I've been watching on this show. This is them. This is how they are, and we do that, y'all, because we want people to understand we're not fabricating anything. We want y'all to, what you see is what you get.
If there was any horse shittery involved, I wouldn't be involved in it.
No.
Noble and Flat Rock, say goodbye to everybody. Talk to
See ya. Love everybody.
And thank you guys for hanging out today, coming on.
And Missy, looks great.
Thank you.
All right. See y'all.
Greg, hope to see y'all next week, buddy.
Troy, see you next
week.
Y'all see you this week, buddy.
Looking forward to it.
All right. Well, look,
All right. Bye.
big love to everybody, y'all included, but all them folks that hung here with us today. We'll see y'all maybe next week.
Other thing I got to ask, Spencer, you still doing the Halloween show?
Fuck no.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Troy.
Misty, if you plot it out, we're gonna do it Halloween night, right?
I don't know, but Spencer's got to come on too. I mean, he's part of
Everybody send a comment.
You got to dress up
Hair
and
on his
come
butt
on.
like he does the Halloween show.
He's got to do that. He's got to come on there at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, all right.
Later, guys.
See how I
Thank you, guys. No,
See
you're
y'all.
coming on. You are.
love y'all. Thank you, everybody that was watching. We actually got up to like 130 some while we were live, which is crazy. But Troy, you need to go back and watch all the comments that everybody specifically wrote to you.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you very much for saying what you did. Anyway, all right, guys, we're gonna jump off here. Very much.
All right. Y'all soon.
And if you guys have sent me messages, by the way, or Spencer or Greg or anybody, I think we're all kind of behind right now on checking everything. I know I've not checked emails for the for the channel or my messenger in probably close to a month or longer. I apologize. I promise in the next couple of days, I'm going to try to catch up on everything. I'm so behind. But if I haven't answered, I promise it's not because I've just ignored you. I just literally, I don't want to go in and just randomly send something and not be able to just set and, so I'm gonna get caught up now that it's starting to slow down. Hopefully you are lying. You just wait till I see you.
What are you
going? It's on. That's all I'm gonna say.
You like a scare stick to that voodoo doll.
You thought that little chair was bad.
All right. Love y'all. Love everybody. Thank y'all for doing the show. Billy.
Yes.
Say bye to everybody.
What? I done been sitting over here waving and telling them all out goodbye on the chat and everything else, man.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right.
Well, big love, y'all.
I wish I was down there with y'all. Anyway. All right. Y'all
Hopefully Billy be alive. I'm fishing to carry him somewhere he might not be.
I've got to take him here in a minute.
I'm fitting to go down there where nobody wants to go, and I'm gonna drag Billy with me.
That seems to be a new phase or something.
We have something.
What's going on?
We have something go on. I'll let y'all know.
All right.
Yes, Verax, I agree. Get on Misty. She's got to come on with me.
No.
She got to hold my hand.
All right.
That was y'all. Listen, that was the whole reason that we that Greg got power was so he can, if he wants to do a show, he can do one. He thinks he's going to hurt my feelings if he doesn't come on and do a show. So y'all make sure to let him know that it's okay. He can come on without me. He can do a show.
It's like a tricycle with a wheel missing.
No, he has to go on with you. Y'all are night owls.
Exactly.
You have to stop getting out of stuff. Anyway.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Captain excuse maker.
Hey, the Three Stooges ain't the Three Stooges with missing one.
That's right.
He's going to light my ass up on a text message here in 1 minute for that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, y'all, thank you. Everybody, thank you for watching this. Y'all take care. Big love. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, y'all have a great weekend. Love you guys. Bye.
On the computer, you have to hit okay. Anyway,
just turn me on, turn me up, and turn me loose.